Good morning. I'd like to start by thanking the Congress of Neurological Surgeons for the opportunity to spend the next 10 minutes with you. My name is Anand Germanwala, and I'm the current interim chair and residency program director here at Loyola University, Chicago. It's a delight to be part of the CNS Neurosurgery 100 initiative. The topic I was asked to speak about is the residency research elective year. This is obviously a very exciting time as a faculty member, and certainly it should be for you as a trainee or resident. This is really your time to explore investigative research, answer a question, discover new knowledge. You've gone through medical school, you've gone through the earlier parts of your training. There should be some questions that come up, a way to do something better, a topic that you want to explore. And so I encourage you to really follow your passion with your research. The goal of research is to make the field better, and we need people like you, young, ambitious people, to really push the envelope and search for new knowledge. Perhaps you want to complete a project that you started in medical school or during your earlier years of training. You also come into residency with an agenda. It's very important for you to fulfill what is important to you. And utilizing this research year for your own interests is very important. The research year will allow you to gain academic currency. It affords you the opportunity to write papers, collect grants, really work on oral and national presentations, even international presentations. So this is your chance to garner academic currency. It also allows you, for those that are interested in surgeon scientist careers, to really develop your portfolio. To really acquire a surgeon scientist attending position is going to require the appropriate portfolio. Future chairs that hire you will want to see your academic production. To be able to give you 40, 50% protected time is a very important decision for faculty and chairs. And so they want to see what kind of production you had during your training, if that is something you are interested in. Perhaps you're interested in fellowship training, and this allows you to round out a particular clinical niche by having increased publications within that to help you secure a future fellowship. There are some trainees that have actually utilized the research years into a degree, perhaps another doctorate degree, but that's obviously something that comes at the discretion of your discussions with your program director and chair. Ultimately, whatever the reason is for why you want to do it, it has to be something you are passionate about. When do you do this? Well, in most residency programs, this is very clear. Your program director likely has a timeline from the minute you hit your first step at your institution to when you will have your protected or relatively protected and dedicated research year or years. It's important to understand that timeline from the beginning of your training period. You also want to meet with your program director to discuss his or her expectations of you during this time period. Is there a set number of publications you need to gather? Do you need to have a certain number of presentations? You want to go into that year with a good, clear understanding of when it is, how long it is, and what the expectations are. It also behooves you to ask your more senior residents about their experience during the research years. Would they do something the same way? Is there something they would do different? Utilize their experience for your advantage. Oftentimes, you want to start the discussions with your program director, really have some time to self-think about what you are passionate about, what you want to do with this opportunity, at least 2 to 3 years in advance to really start the discussion. As you'll see here on the figure, I think the National Institutes of Health is an incredible resource, and you can log on. I have all of the websites below each figure. All of the figures in this presentation are sites and resources that have been very helpful to me personally, and I implore you to take advantage of all of these resources. At our program, I wanted to share with you how from the minute our residents hit their first step here at Loyola University Chicago, we have a clear expectation and understanding of when their research will be, what the goals are, what the overall stepwise timeline is for their training. So as you can see here, in your first year, we actually offer a 1-month research elective where our trainees are exposed to all of the labs here at Loyola University Medical Center, at Loyola University Chicago, at the undergraduate campus, and our on-campus Hines VA Hospital, so that they can start to develop relationships with principal investigators. This is a time where they can figure out their chemistry, what kind of interests they have, what kind of interests the PIs have, and really work on developing that relationship, because that is essential towards future success in the research year. As a PGY2, we expect you to have continued contact with the research labs, discuss future directions with your mentor and the program director at our semi-annual meetings. In the third year, we expect you to attend lab journal clubs, gather some preliminary data if that's possible. We encourage our trainees to attend the Society of Neurological Surgeons Research Update in Neuroscience for Neurosurgeons course, which is a fantastic course and really immerses you in research. And then we continue to have the discussions with your mentor and program director. In your fourth year, we expect you to have more frequent contact with the lab. This is the time I ask for a full, very clear proposal of what you want to do during your research year, which is the fifth year at our training program. During this fifth year, we expect you to participate in research projects, really collect data, analyze data, attend lab meetings, and we expect you to present your work at our Loyola Research Day at the end of the year. We also expect your work to culminate in publications. Sometimes, and I understand that research projects take a while, and we want you to really finish those projects in your 6th and 7th years. The goals are very clear. We want early identification of a research mentor and project, clearly identify your project and proposal for your research year, become familiar with grant writing. There are numerous courses, there are numerous resources that can help you do this. And then we also want you to act as a research mentor for junior trainees that are coming through the program. If there's one thing to remember in this presentation, it's really this first statement. Who you work with is paramount, right? This is a research mentor. Much like you have clinical mentors in the training program, your research mentor needs to be someone that advocates for you, really takes you under his or her wing and is looking for your best interests. They need to have great character, great success record, a track record of publications and grants, and an individual that is going to be supportive of your research and endeavors. Mentors can be multiple people. They do not have to be a neurosurgeon. They do not even have to be a medical doctor. You want somebody that is going to motivate you, provide you with advice, provide you with coaching, training, and support. This could be someone within your institution, but outside your department. It could be somebody completely outside of your institution. Obviously, you want to identify a great individual or individuals and make sure your program director and chair are fully supportive of that. In terms of what, there are broad categories, and I think the NIH has a very good website that can provide you with even basic knowledge of the different types of research. Certainly, there are basic science projects in which you are working in a laboratory to understand the molecular basis of disease. Typically, these projects take longer, but have higher impact. There are translational research opportunities where you're taking what's done in the lab and applying it to clinical care, such as clinical trials or device development. And there are clinical papers that are investigating patient care. You can also decide on your niche, whether that's tumor or oncology, vascular, endovascular, spine, functional pediatrics, or trauma. But you need to do something that you are passionate about. And then finally, the how, right? Your research project, is this something that is going to require you to be in the lab at certain points during the day or week? Do you have to balance call responsibilities or other clinical responsibilities? How do you coordinate time-sensitive experiments? These are important things to recognize. You may need funding. Perhaps your department or institution has basic scientists and has numerous resources to provide you with this very rich environment. Perhaps something that you are looking to do isn't at your department or institution or requires extramural funding. Fortunately, there's groups like the NIH, foundations, and industry that can provide extramural funding. I think there are numerous courses and resources available on grant writing, such as the one by Smith and Works, which I found very helpful. And then obviously you want to reach out to your institutional research office. You may need some biostatistician assistance. These are important considerations. And perhaps you have a project that is going to require assistance from undergraduates or medical students or other trainees. So these are the important considerations on how to make your research year successful. This is probably the last time to further your academic interests with protected and dedicated time. Take advantage of it. It behooves you to have a clear vision for your research year. Take advantage of it. A research mentor is going to provide you with immense guidance, not just for the research year, but perhaps career long. And this is your time to further distinguish yourself, so take advantage of it. I think you should have fun and enjoy your time away from the clinical service and be very excited about this opportunity. I've also found the NIH website listed here and certainly the CNS website as excellent resources to provide you with additional information.